Start talking.
Testing, ladies and gentlemen. We've actually went ahead and actually hooked up the computer as it was. The computer's Wi-Fi is actually down. As you can see right here on this button right there, it is actually orange or red as it shows up on the camera. I'll press the button as it does not work, even though sometimes it does. It lights up a different color, but unfortunately it won't change and the Wi-Fi doesn't work. So I've had to replace mine with a Wi-Fi adapter. So we went ahead and got one from Belkin. Belkin was decent, so we went ahead and installed the stuff from Belkin, and we actually have an Ethernet cable next to it, and the Ethernet cable is actually hooked up towards the Wi-Fi signal, which is actually right here, another Belkin product, which is actually pretty decent, run off of our Xbox. But the computer Wi-Fi signal is good and it's strong, but we're actually leeching off of a friend of ours who actually was kind enough to let us use his Wi-Fi signal. And as he went ahead and hooked up the Wi-Fi from the computer right here, which is pretty decent, we actually went ahead and hooked up our Wi-Fi signal from the computer. Now, it didn't have any of the normal sharing that we needed to do and all the other stuff on there, like sharing the signal or anything like that. We went ahead and just hooked it up to that, and we also hooked it up from the back. We're not using a modem either. All we're using is 2 cords, so it's sort of like a split. Now, as you can see here, there's just 2 cords, no modem. It's just connected to the computer. Now, what we went ahead and did was also hooked it up to the Xbox 360, old product, but I'm pretty sure that it'll work with all of your modern ones too. As you can see in the back, it is connected. It's a little bit dark, but it is there.
Showing that you're playing Netflix on the Xbox.
And right now we are actually playing Netflix from our Xbox. Old game, mind the clutter. But we are actually watching Netflix from the Xbox, if you have Xbox Live or anything like that. But it went ahead and let us use our Xbox Live account. As it's going back and it is loading. It's simple enough that we are on Netflix watching Bitten. If you've never seen it, it's a good movie. Recommended highly. Jason Mewes, also known as Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, wicked. But highly recommended that you might do this if you're having trouble with your Wi-Fi adapter pieces. Our computer had a Wi-Fi problem. It decided to just get a Trojan virus. We reset it and it just worked when my brother updated it. And all we use now is a Wi-Fi adapter piece. Again, if you have that, cool. Or you can just use your Wi-Fi on your computer already. Now, if your Wi-Fi signal isn't strong enough to leech off to somebody else's, you can hook up a Wi-Fi router, which is right there. That's what that is. If you're not familiar, that's what a Wi-Fi router is. Hook up your Wi-Fi router to your computer and you'll get a stronger signal. As I will show you real quick, I actually have a stronger signal already. If you can see here, right there, the one that's green on the left, the far left, is actually the bars. And before it was actually only one, and it is now all 3 mine. But I've only got the 3 bars that indicate that it is full. And it is good, and it does work. Now, if you are experiencing any problems, you might want to go in and go to your network sharing, turn on your network sharing, and when you have these issues, you can just go ahead and go to your network sharing, set to share, update any of the software that you need to. You shouldn't have much more problem with that. But we went ahead and hooked ours to the router. Now we have a stronger Wi-Fi signal than what we had before. And again, we are hooked to our friend's Wi-Fi, not our own. And it boosted the signal significantly, and also works better as a processor for the Xbox. So now the Xbox Wi-Fi, or the internet through the Wi-Fi, runs even faster. So thank you. Comments will be accepted.